Welcome Virgo to your love reading for October of 2018. So as I'm shuffling, the moon in reverse came out, and a lot of times these are indications of things becoming clearer to you. A lot of deception that has been there. It's sometimes the reality about things that you have done wrong, sometimes another person what they may have done wrong, the things that you may have overlooked. So there may have been confusion, but things might become clearer now. So pay attention to these things, write them down if you do have dreams in your love life, so that you know what steps that you might be able to take, because your angels, your guides, the universe, universe will be able to help you out in some way. All right, so let's see. Messages for Virgo in love for October 2018. So mutual energy between both. Person coming towards you, your response, advice, outcome for Virgo. Okay. So we have here, that's the stress. So when something is clear, when you let the cat out of the bag, or if it comes out of the bag, this is where you might stand up for what you feel, you know, how you are disappointed by something or someone, how they may have been kind of keeping things close to their chest, or you as well. So just defending yourself, or just expressing how you might not like something or somebody. Now the person that's coming towards you, I feel like they might be confused, or they might be assuming the worst, so assuming that you don't want them, that things might be over. So that's what I get a sense of. They might be confused, and they're about to leave. So they're about to leave the connection, or the potential of the connection. So this is almost you kind of letting them know, you know, no, it's not like that. So just kind of stay around, be patient, allow me to do what I need to do to get things together in some ways. So I feel like that might be part of what's going on. We'll look into it further. Now your response is to kind of enjoy yourself. So this month you might have the you might be separating with that particular person just to be friends, and say, you know, this is how things might need to be right now. Maybe because you're dealing with somebody else from the past that you might need to separate from. For some, a child could be in the equation. It could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It just depends. The fact that some of you might just need your space is part of what needs to be clearer to your partner or love interest right now, because they might be assuming the worst, and something could have come out about a child, and maybe you or someone else is kind of you know, expressing the reasons why that particular issue has happened, especially if they were cheating, or if you dated somebody and, you know, you two had sex and then there was a child, you know, something like that could have been going on. All right, now your advice is to make a decision, right, and try to figure out what it is that you actually want. Do you want your freedom? Do you need your freedom right now? Do you should always have your freedom, even if you are with somebody, but it's an indication of being single, or, you know, sticking to your past, or a current love life opportunity, you know, with somebody. So this is a choice that you have to make of what you actually want to do right now. Do you want to be closer to somebody, or are you going to be able to connect with them in a deeper way, so that both of you can commit to one another? And then we have the outcome is a choice for some of you out there, for sure, with the Lovers being there. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse for the person that you're dealing with. Bring it towards you. Yeah, that person, again, they're not really certain about you. They're a bit confused about your intentions, and maybe some of you is going to take for you to express how you might feel on what you actually want from them, instead of them trying to read you, because they might have a tough time doing so. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse again for a person coming towards you. Yeah, and because they're feeling this way, I feel like they might be choosing to step away from you, because they either don't trust you, they feel like you, and even, for instance, if they've been getting too close and you might want to kind of take things slower, that's something that some of you might need to let that person know, because they don't they might be getting too close and you kind of want to back up, but they don't have any other choice but to back up, because you might not be around for them to get closer. So I feel like that's something. And even when some of you are making a decision whether or not to connect with somebody, taking your time with that might be very frustrating to that particular person, because it may have been a long time or a while, and they haven't been waiting around. So clarify the Two of Swords for Virgo. And, So money issues might be part of the equation. Another child is showing up, and maybe taking care of a child, maybe focusing on your children right now, focusing on something that you would like right now, maybe a business that you might be a part of, or just focusing on your own business, yourself right now, and not bringing someone along with you. And that's part of maybe a decision that you need to make. Clarify. See the Two of Swords again for Virgo. So again, that's waiting. All right. Sometimes if you have disconnected from somebody and there was some kind of disappointment, maybe you feel like you want to date someone else from a different culture, different background, try something unusual, unorthodox, to spice up the connection. And for some of you, again, you might be just waiting for your goals or your accomplishments, the things that you want to reach, to line up before you are to line up with somebody else, either to get married or be in a relationship. So clarify the let's see, Lovers for Virgo. And as part of, you have to, it seems like some of you might be dealing with, again, two different people, or a situation that does involve money, where someone has been holding on to you for resources or some kind of stability, and others of you are worried about how you're going to take care of things. Can you be in a relationship with somebody, taking care of the child, and then entertaining or giving sharing their love with a person that you might be into. So and because the other person might have a lot of children or have multiple children, you're wondering whether or not that's going to be good for you in the long run. So let's see, one more thing. The person that's coming towards you, so your partner, whoever you might be into, what they bring toward you for October. Let's try this again. So that person, it seems like they want to work with you. They want to do something with you, and some of you might be rejecting that. Let's see. Whoa. So yeah, some of you are healing, and the best coping mechanism that you can do is, I feel like you're going to choose to try to work. And you might not really communicate all that much, even if someone wants to be close to you, or if you want to be close to someone else. Someone is disconnecting right now because you might feel like you need to. And let's see again, what might you be bringing towards your love interest for October 2018? So plans, say, and this tells me that there's a disconnect between both of you. All right, there is a decision that you have to make energetically and mentally, whether not to communicate or literally do something together with your partner. So that's what I sent. So let's look into this a bit more. Let's see. For October 2018. So there may be a private matter, either health matter, something that's going on that's personally need to be checked into before you or to open up to somebody or express that you're really into them. So that's something that might be there, whether physical things, drinking things, mental things, anything like that might be going on. Pregnancy as well. Virgo, 2018. Thinking about a big move, a big change. Needing to communicate it to that person and trying to be honest with them about what you need or what you might be feeling, and whether or not to, some of you have been really you've been with somebody for a long time, and maybe that person wants to get married and you're not ready for that just yet. And it may be someone from your past, but that might not be the healthiest for some, and your love interest, or well, your past partner might have disconnected from you for some time to work on financial security, and they still didn't get it together, and you still feel like it's not time. So some of you might be kind of holding back and just waiting for the right time to do something. So let me see it. And someone that you have been dealing with, maybe you've been sexually interacting with, maybe they have moved on to someone else and they are in a committed relationship, and you're just trying to figure out what to do about it. So this is just for Virgo for October 2018. Healing family issues, your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So that's the tension between you and your mother, your father, people that have raised you, and the complications of not really being there at times in different ways. All right, messages for Virgo for October 2018. I love. And then you deserve love. You are lovable, and often that's still just feeling like you're at a crossroads and you can't really manifest what you want. The person is not around, or someone actually leaves, or you're just very indecisive about commitment or a certain person. Either you feel like you push people away, or someone is running away from you, or you're just not ready for someone to come in yet because you just energetically you're just not ready for that person. So that's going to be a reading for the month of October 2018. I just feel like the person that you're dealing with, they might just need to know where you stand, know what you actually want to do. And if you feel like you need space because you're going through maybe a transformation, healing, letting something go, and you have to let that person know what you feel and how you feel, so you can be much clearer on what to do. So you can always go to psychicloveheals.com to schedule something privately for you, as these are general, and I do send you a lot of love, lots of light to you, and I hope that you have a great month. All right, enjoy.